As the old saying goes, it all started when two people fell in love. Andrew Thomas Gilner was born to James and Beatrice Lichtite Gilner, better known as Jim and Bee, in April of 1950 at the Anderson County Hospital. Andrew spent his entire childhood in Greeley, attending St. John's School, and graduated from Greeley High School in 1969. Upon completing high school, Andy joined the U.S. Navy and served from 1969 to 1971, and he was honorably discharged in 1975. Before enrolling at Allen County Community College in 1976, Andy worked for Collins Brothers Construction. Andy also became part of the U.S. Navy Reserves in 1972 and served until 1982. Andy did not move away from the Greeley community until 1976. Andy went on to obtain his associates in 1973 from Allen County Community College. Andy then broadened his horizons and ventured south to Pittsburgh State University, where he graduated in 1975 with a Bachelor of Science in Education. Upon graduation, he went back to work for Collins Brothers Construction. Andy eventually found his love of his life, Margie, on January 2nd, 1969. They were married on December 29th, 1976. I think I screwed that up. They were married in the same year. Sorry. Must have been quick. True love. 3 children were born to this union, Amanda in 1978. Amanda is now married and has 3 beautiful daughters. Michael was born in 1980 and Thomas in 1983. In August of '76, Andy moved away from Greeley and began his teaching career in Basine, Kansas. This teaching gig lasted about 2 years. In 1978, Andy and family moved to Tonganoxie, Kansas, and Andy began his successful teaching career. Andy taught in Tonganoxie from 1978 until the present. However, in May of 2012, Andy hung up his teaching hat only to be rehired by Tonganoxie in August of 2012. While employed at Basine and Tonganoxie, Andy was involved in many facets of coaching. He was part of the track program for a year, volleyball for 2, baseball for 16, football for 24, baseball for 28. Outside of the school arena, Andy has also been active in helping coach children during the summer months. He has coached the Tonganoxie Summer Recreation Baseball programs, coached the American Legion Summer Baseball program, and lastly, he coached the Ben Johnson Summer Baseball program. As if coaching was not enough, Andy began teaching driver's ed in 1981 and has not let off of the foot feed since. Andy claims this is the reason for his white hair. Outside of education, Andy is involved in the Catholic Church, carrying on the Lichtite tradition. Andy has been extensively involved in the Catholic Church, Knights of Columbus especially. In 1994, Andy was granted the Grand Knight and was instrumental in helping with the start of the Knights of Columbus Council in Tonganoxie, Kansas. In 1996, Andy was deemed the Faithful Navigator because of his work with helping to start the assembly in Lawrence, Kansas. Throughout his KFC tenure, Andy has served at the state level as district deputy, has been part of the membership team, and served as state warden. Currently, Andy is serving as the Knights of Columbus District Marshal, the green guy. Andy takes his current position to heart as he's following into his father's, quote, martial footsteps. Andy is currently an active member in the Sacred Heart Catholic Church, where he serves as a lector and Eucharistic minister. According to Father Mark's, how do I say that last name? Goldestich. Father Mark Goldestich's mother, Andy is the assistant to Father, and many parish members refer to him as Father Andrew. Oh my God. That's questionable. Yes. Lastly, Andy has recently thrown his hat into the political ring. He was appointed to the Tonganoxie City Council in 2001 and was eventually elected to the Tonganoxie City Council in 2013. Several things that Andy's life emulates: faith, family, and community. He has lived his life serving others and has been a great role model for many students, family, and friends. They just told me that they figured up roughly that he's probably been acquainted with or taught around 5,000 students within his time frame. We'll leave you with this following Bible passage, John 13, 12 through 14. So when he had washed their feet and put his garments back on and reclined at the table again, he said to them, "Do you realize what I have done for you? You call me teacher and master, and rightfully so, for indeed I am. If I therefore, the master and teacher, have washed your feet, you ought to wash one another's feet. I have given you a model to follow, so that I have done for you, you should do also." And Andrew Thomas. So let me just say that I would venture to guess that he's probably a hell of a social science teacher, government, whatever, because when he sent this to me, he sent it to me in sequence, time, order, dates only. So. Appreciate it.
Well, on behalf of the Greeley alumni, we present you with this plaque, Andy. Cherish it, because not very many people get it, that's for sure. And lots of luck in the future.
Yeah, I'm going to say something.
Well, thank you, Madeline.
The interesting thing about this is the biggest thing. Thank you. When I was informed of this, the first thing that I thought I ought to do is, give a little speech, and I, I went through, and with the help of my sisters and the members up here, I found this list of people who have received this honor, and I feel really privileged to be with these people. The first one you honored was a priest, and then the next one you honored was a teacher, and that was Father Tony McTighe, and then Lauren Ribley. And like I said, and then I looked through the list, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 teachers on that list. And I think that speaks highly of the education that we all received here at Greeley, at St. John's as well as Greeley High. I see George is back there, and he was 2005. And to my right here, there's 2 other honorees, Sharon and Bert. And I'm sure there's some other ones out there. Richard Rummelfinger and Clyde Kotzer. Where's he at? He's out there someplace. Henry Morgan. Again, like I said, I really feel privileged and honored to be up here. I want to thank my niece for those, I don't know about inspiring words, but words. I wrote some things down, and every time I'd start to write something down, it all came out, "Thank you." And at this point in time, I want to do something, maybe it's done in the past, but I want all the people, men and women who have served in the military, to stand. Please. And I think we owe these people a round of applause. I think it's very important that we remember those who have served our country. Thank you to family. A lot of it's here. I think almost all of it's here. And friends. I don't know if I got any around here anymore. And I told my sister-in-law, Jeanette, that I wouldn't talk very long, so I'm going to conclude again. With thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. Okay, now is the sad moment of our program.